going to run that differential just to the right of that left rock. Greetings on the 4th of July. So we're headed off on a little trip, overlanding trip, exploring the Uncompahgre Plateau. Yes, say it 12 times. I think it's probably an old Native American word, Ute Indian. Got me. Anyway, the Uncompahgre is behind, is west and south of Grand Junction, and it extends for quite a while. And it's a plateau, not a mesa. Mesas are flat. Mesa means table in Spanish. And the plateaus are not so flat, but they are a raised area compared to other places. So we're driving along Colorado State Route 141 here, between Whitewater and Gateway. Neither of those towns are particularly spectacular, although Gateway does have a beautiful resort there. You know, it's not radius amount per night. But we're in a canyon, a beautiful canyon with cottonwoods, and I'll have to show you that now. So this is the canyon we're driving through. So it's pretty nice. Actually, it's a really nice area down lower. I didn't catch it. Sorry about that. But it's beautiful through here in the fall. Of course, you get the fall colors of the cottonwoods. Little creek, very little. And ahead of us, some ranch lands. And then we're getting pretty close to taking off up onto Divide Road. Here. Yeah, left here. So this is it, Divide Road. National Forest access. Uncompahgre Plateau. Now, as far as I know, this is kind of the boonies up here. Yeah, we'll be on, probably end up on dirt fairly soon. And Katya loves to see that 25-mile-an-hour sign. It gives her a great excuse to drive slow.
Yes.
Which is her preference. Okay, the road's in great shape. End of county maintenance. Now we got, what, Forest Service maintenance. Cliffs up there, pretty cool. Sandstone. So we have a big switchback, and then we're climbing and climbing. There's more switchbacks. Yes, we're climbing the switchbacks from Route 141 up Divide Road. We have this huge view of this canyon to the right, and this is where 141 is. It goes down through this canyon to Gateway. Okay, so we're coming up Divide Road, and little washboard here and there, not bad at all. And there's traffic, you know, everybody's kind of spread out, but it's a holiday, 4-day weekend for many people like us, and people are heading up into the bushes. But there's a campground up here that we've wanted to be in for a long time. We wanted to try it out, so we're heading to that. And our Google Maps here says we've got 12 miles to go. So we just entered the Uncompahgre National Forest, and these towering sagebush, I guess, count for a forest. But, you know, off in the distance, there's pines. So I kind of get it that it's national forest. Okay, we're at 8,000 feet up on top of the plateau. It's, you know, kind of flattish up here, if you, you know, for this terrain anyway. And we got about 8 miles to go to camp. And we really do want to camp at that campground because we've seen it on the map for a long time, and it's only like an hour and 15 minutes from home, so we'd like to check it out. Hopefully it's not full. There's lots of dispersed camping up here, so that isn't a problem, and we'll be doing dispersed for the rest of the trip. But we also like campgrounds because we can like walk around, meet people, check out their rigs. That's kind of fun. And if you do disperse, quite often nobody wants to camp next to you. Everybody thinks, oh, you don't want people around. Well, you know, we're actually social. We do like people. So that's what we're doing. And a little road off to the side with just people dispersed camping back through here. Nice campsites under the pines. Okay, we're coming up on another dispersed campsite. There's vehicles back in there. Nice here. So pretty popular. I didn't expect this many people to be back in here. But that's certainly a crowded dispersed spot. Okay, we're turning off towards the campground, and a lot of aspen here, green meadows. We're not seeing much in the way of wildflowers. There's little lupins and a few other little things, but nowhere near as much as I expected, so that may mean that the mosquitoes won't be too bad. Temperature is 69 degrees up here, getting close to 9,000 feet. So that beats, 97 in the valley. There's a spot.
It's pretty nice.
It's nice, yeah. Let's just go. Here's another spot. There's plenty of campsites. Let's just keep going. Yeah, here's another one here. Probably a little flatter. And it's got lots of wildflowers. Number 7. Here's the turnaround. So let's just see what we got here at the turnaround. Number 9. Okay, these are all more like tent camping. So let's go back and pick one of those we just passed. So there's this one or the next one look the best.
The good thing about this one is it's already been, the grass is not as high.
Was it the next one up higher?
Uh-huh.
Why don't you just pull over and we can just walk around. Hey, what a camp. Right here in the aspens, meadow, flowers, and Katya. We're celebrating with the usual Chardonnay at the end of the day. So we're here pretty early. It's only almost 1 o'clock. And there's camps over there. There's camps back over here that are all unoccupied. So this is all really pretty small camps, mostly tent camping type camps, van, that kind of thing. The guys with the big rigs, they're all dispersed camping all over. Okay, so you notice that Katya has one side of this solo stove with the fire, and the other side is just coals. So that's how she cooks, with 2 different temperatures on the solo. And this is our environment on the evening of July 4th. So we probably won't see fireworks, but wow, huh? And we aren't covered in mosquito repellent. There are some flies. They're a little annoying. They're very easy to kill, but Katya is out here cooking an amazing dinner. And I'm not going to reveal it yet. You've got to watch a little longer before I decide to reveal what we're...
Have bacon, hot dogs, Italian sausage, herbs, shrimp, corn.
Would you mind explaining where you got the idea for the hot dogs?
Oh, there's a place in Santa Cruz Mountains called Burger, and I always love to order East LA hot dog. What East LA hot dog is, it's a hot dog wrapped in bacon, and then it's served on a toasted bun with jalapenos. But the most unique thing about this is they cook that hot dog wrapped in bacon with pizzas, not where the rest of these hamburgers are cooked. I could sit in the bar drinking my beer and I see that hot dog.
It was in a stone oven or a brick oven or something, right? It was in a stone brick
oven. And I just fell in love with that idea and that recipe. I never wanted to have a cheeseburger at the burger place. I always wanted to have an East LA hot dog. So I'm going to make East LA hot dog today.
Oh, let's roll. And I would like to explain that we would go mountain biking in Santa Cruz. And for Katya, the whole reason to go mountain biking is so afterwards we could go get the East LA hot dog for her at a place called Burger. Okay, did you capture the shrimp in the Colorado River, or just you went to Safeway?
Safeway fishing is really good.
Safeway fishing, got it.
Something here, maybe. I'm modifying the Easter egg hot dog from the burger. I don't want to eat all the seeds. So what I decided I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my bacon, the hot dog, and I'm gonna start rolling the slices of jalapeno into the bacon and hot dog. At the store, they usually, at the burger place, they serve you your hot dog with raw jalapenos. Here's our 4th of July meal. Shrimp, I grilled for the shrimp rolls, and I'm gonna mix them up with mayonnaise and spices for next couple lunches. But I wanted to cook them on the grill instead of boiling. So that's what I did. There's a little olive oil I'm gonna put on the buns before I grill them, and we're gonna put Italian sausage for Jim and Easter egg hot dog for me. My Easter egg hot dog, I think that's pretty much ready. The corn I'm taking off the grill. Ah! That's gonna fall apart. I just put a little onion here, and I want the bun to be tiny bit, a little bit. So I'm putting a little dill relish on our, Jim has an Italian hot dog. I am having hot dog with bacon wrapped around it.
It's Italian sausage, actually.
Yes, it's an Italian sausage, yes. Little.
Good morning. So we had a wonderful night last night, and so cool to wake up here with this big meadow and some wildflowers and so forth around us. Beautiful here, but it's getting time to move on. So where we're going, I think it's about 40 miles along this dirt road on top of the Uncompahgre Plateau. And, you know, we'll just meander along because we're not in a hurry. And I'm sure there's a bunch of dispersed camping over there. Yeah, we decided to let the air out of the tires. They hit a little bit more of the washboard than we expected. So I'm taking it down to about 30 pounds. So the sunflowers are up here, and there's big fields of them. They're beautiful. Yeah, nice. Sunflowers are cheery. Well, hey there, guys. Okay, no running in front of the van. You can go a little faster. That's the way they'll move out of the way. Usually. Oh yeah, she gets the idea. Yeah, there's a bunch of cows up to our left. They aren't stopping us. Okay, that's cattle drive. Except the riders aren't with the cattle to control them. So yeah, pick up speed a little. Be careful. Yeah. We want to just get ahead of them. Just be careful here. They might run out from behind here. Looks like there's a little bit of a trail. Okay, they're not here. We got through here just in time. In Colorado, it's pretty easy to get stuck behind a cattle drive. They can tie their horses up outside the road. Keep moving, just...
Hi guys.
They're a cheery bunch, aren't they?
Yeah.
Smiles everywhere. So you can see LaSalle's over there in the distance. Boy, not much snow on them. For July 4th weekend, it's really not much snow. There's the LaSalle Mountains off to our right here. And we're starting to look down to the desert canyon country down there with, you know, gateways down there somewhere, and Natrita and those places. And then off in the distance there, you can see the Abajo Mountains, which are pretty much south of Moab. And then if we just kind of scoot over here, we're looking out over at Bears Ears and Bears Ears National Monument, and we'll be exploring that here one of these days. That should be pretty cool. It goes up alongside of the Abajos also, and out there's like Mexican Hat and all these places, Valley of the Gods, San Miguel River. So yeah, there's a lot we're going to be exploring in the future out that direction. Okay, we're at 9,600 feet. Pretty cool. And it's 62 degrees out there, and it's probably 100 degrees in Moab. Pretty nice up here. Yeah, we go right. The creek's full of mud. The cow's been down there having a good time. So as we move forward here, straight ahead, Cat, this is, we'll be on the official Rimrocker site and off the Divide Road part of it. Okay, it's really nice here with the beautiful flowers everywhere, these lupins. These might not even be lupins. They're something else. Yeah, they're beautiful anyway. Got little like daisies here. Way cool. Butterflies. And then looking back, see, you got sunflowers all over the place. Beautiful. Okay, we've come up to a Forest Service road to a right, which might get us out. To the edge of this cliff, because we'd like to have a big view. Okay, we got turkeys running around. I'll stop here for a moment, Cat. That might be a way back to, might be able to disperse here. Okay, I walked quite a ways out there on this road, and there was no dispersed camping. It looks like at one time there might have been a little bit here, but no view. So, find something else. So we've got a nice place under the pines right here. It's flat. It's been used for dispersed camping before, and this may have been a logging camp type place. It's not as beautiful as we wanted, and we may or may not camp here tonight. So we're gonna just see if there's any biting flies. Okay, Kat, what do we got here for lunch?
So I'm making shrimp rolls, and I mixed up shrimp with cheese, mayonnaise, some artichoke tapenade, put some herbs here, some green onion, and on the cheese to melt, and then I'm gonna put them into the buns. So the buns will be warming up also as well while we're just taking a break.
Nice.
Well-deserved lunch break.
That's for sure.
Shrimp rolls. They're warm.
Wow, these look great.
You have a napkin.
Yeah.
So they melted really well.
No bugs are biting us. Okay, we were having a nice lunch, and then started smelling methane. And we've got a bunch of cows bedded down over here, walking around. And my guess is they'll probably move into camp tonight and smell us up. So we're heading out to someplace else. So we didn't like the last spot. It was like no view at all. So now we're dropping down, and the view is like amazing. Hey, wait, here's a, this could be a spot. No. That's too close to the road. Anyway, we're out here in this area that looks like it's been logged off or burned off or something. And dropping down in elevation, but it's still only 82 degrees outside. That's no problem. But looking ahead, trying to find something really cool. There was an old road over there, but that's overgrown. So they probably don't want us there. We do try to obey the Forest Service rules and don't create any more new dispersed camping sites. Like, if it's been used before, you can use it again. Otherwise, don't do it. So finally we found a spot. There's a Forest Service information board down there, and there's some kind of moto trailhead right over here. But so we're not camped really under a pine. There's a pinyon, but you know, it's nothing like the bigger pines. But we do have a view, and that's pretty cool. So at least we're like looking up where the road came down, and it's a nice view of this meadow here, field. Yeah, pretty cool. This'll do. Look at that fire. This is overlanding. So that's your, what is it, East LA?
East LA hot dog. I roasted my jalapeno, and I'm actually going to eat it with the hot dog.
Well, and fortunately, with my Italian background, she's cooked me an Italian sausage. And this actually is pretty interesting looking.
Oh, it's some decadent chocolate dessert that Jim requested for the trip. So I bought it at Safeway.
Good morning. This is Saturday morning, 4th of July, 4-day weekend that we're taking. And where are we now? We're out somewhere off the Delta Nucla Road, heading down to Nucla for breakfast. Yes, we don't have to cook at this first camping site every time. We like to actually go to restaurants. The weather is great. It was easy to sleep last night. The windows are open, nice breeze, really nice. So we're pretty much packed up and ready to roll. Okay, we're dropping down towards Nucla. We're getting into the high desert terrain here. There's yuccas and marmot-tea and pinyon and juniper, of course. All the usual wildflowers, things like that. Got some ice, and this is pretty much downtown Nucla. It's not much around here. And there's, you know, dead buildings along here, and then the cafe where we had breakfast, Fifth Avenue Grill. So we're driving the back streets of Nucla, and a lot of small houses, very small, and some areas are kind of junky, other people take care of their yards. But we're working out of Fruta to connect up with the Rimrocker Trail. Out of Fruta, out of Nucla. So we finally cleared the back streets of Nucla, and a lot of farms and ranches. They're growing grass, some form of grass out here, nothing particularly interesting. Alfalfa, that sort of thing. So anyway, we're back on dirt. And it feels very remote here, even though it's next to that little town. So we'll see what kind of adventures we have out here today. We have a water crossing for sure, creek crossing, Takawashi Creek, and you know, it's back in our desert terrain that we really love. We did see a deer. Okay, now we're dropping down. Wow, we can see the river, the San Miguel River down there. This is cool. Big steep descent. Doesn't look like there's any water in this canyon. A little hard to see, but it doesn't look like it. But ahead of us we can see 141 and the San Miguel River. And then the La Salle Mountains, which of course that's our destination, is to get over to the La Salle Mountains for camping tonight. So this is not a really steep descent, but it's significant. I would say 10% maybe. And we've been in a lot steeper that are almost feel like free falls. Okay, we're dropping down again. So you can see some evidence of mining over there. that was it was a little town called Yerevan, and actually down below here you can see a field with some, it's actually a baseball diamond or something, and that was a little town, but for some reason the town's gone, and they've turned it, the locals have turned it into a oh, hey, a little bit technical. So we're doing some switchbacks here. The locals have turned the where the town site was into a baseball diamond, and I think there's camping there also. I think you just put some money in, and you can camp underneath the cottonwoods by the river. So it looks pretty nice. So we are dropping way down. Okay, make switchbacks here. We're going to make another switchback, and then it looks like we're going to be climbing up this canyon to the right. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Okay, we just made this last switchback, and now we're dropping into this beautiful canyon. Might be a creek crossing here. Doesn't look like there's much water, if any. Yeah, could also be a slight amount of water. Yeah, there it is. There's a little bit of water. Yeah, beautiful down in here. I always love these cottonwood desert canyons. Well, it's actually more water than it looked like because it's very dirty.
Should we go into the mud ruts?
Yeah, put it in mud ruts. Good.
And then an M1, should I change?
No, you're going to be an M1 anyway. It's going to do it automatically. For some reason, it's kind of dammed up. Okay, go right on through. Fast, faster, 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 faster. Yeah, you don't want to be hesitant. You want to get through it. Okay, now you can take out a mud ruts. Yeah, it looked a little bit, had a muddy bottom there. Oh, there's plenty of rock elsewhere. Yeah, pretty down here. So we're driving up Tagawashi Creek, which isn't much now, but I can see evidence of flash flood. And see this, it's been newly graded here because parts of this washed out a couple of months ago or less, actually weeks ago. And the county has come in here and fixed it up for us. We were concerned that the road would be closed. There was a review on Trails Off Road that says that the when they tried to get through, the county people were just starting to look at these bad spots and figure out what to do, and that they had to spend hours piling up rocks to make it through. And at this point, it looks like that's not going to be a problem for us.
Are we going left?
Yeah, we're going to go left here. There's a road going off. Probably some great dispersed camping out there, but that's not where we're going. There's the rim rocker sign. Ah, nice. This has all been cleaned up. Looks like a little mine over here, off to the right now. So this is uranium and vanadium or vanadium, something like that. This Yerevan is the town was named after a combination of minerals. Uranium being one, and I think vanadium or something was the more prominent. So the trail's pretty rocky. I mean, it's nice, it's been graded, but it's still pretty slow going. It's pretty rocky, but also it's a lot more scenic down on the highway than it is up here. So I'm kind of wondering whether this part of the trail is even worth doing. But if you just want to bounce over a bunch of rocks, sure, the highway's, you know, not bouncing over rocks. But the scenery is much nicer down by the river. And I think I would recommend just going around this if you want scenery. It's just a beautiful drive through the San Miguel Dolores Canyon. And then up there ways you make a left and crawl up into the La Salle Mountains anyway. Is this a rim rocker sign in front of us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess they felt that in case you lost your way out here on the one track, you had to have a sign here. So rim rocker, okay, we're on a rim above the river shelf, and it is rocky. Okay, this is a good place to show you, well, Yerevan's down there, the baseball park now, whatever. But there's the San Miguel River, but you can also in the distance there see the road that we came on. So we're above it. But I'm beginning to feel like unless the scenery improves dramatically, we're going to move down to the road. And because heck, it's pretty down there. You know, there's cottonwoods everywhere. I've driven that road many times. Absolutely love 141. So let me show you where we're at. We're here, a mine coming up, and there's this Spring Creek trail over here. And that's the way to get down to the highway. So we'll see when we get over there what we decide to do. So this is the mining area, and the mine, like, this is like really boring. It's nothing there. So let's look forward. In the distance over there you can see the main mining area that supported that little town of Yerevan. And we're just bouncing along. So, you know, the views up here are okay. You see La Salle's in the distance, that's cool. To the right is Rim Rocker, and it just continues up here. Pretty much the same scenery. It doesn't look like it changes. What do you think? You want to just drop down to the highway and actually have a scenic road?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great down there. Let's do that. So you just make a left here. I mean, this is okay, but we live out here in the desert, and there's so much better in so many other places. Boy, the road looks really good here. Huh. Okay, that's still the San Miguel River down there. The Dolores River will be coming in from the other side, down here a ways. Oh, there's a mine up there. Hold on, stop. Finally, a mine that looks like a mine, and it's kind of interesting. Well, here we are, huh?
Mm-hmm.
First, back on 141. Actually, before we started up Divide Loop Road, we were on, not Divide Loop, Divide Road. We were on 141. And now we've kind of cycled back on. So we've got a few miles to go. And then we're going to have to make a left across a bridge. And then we're going to start climbing up towards the La Salle's. But there's still going to be a lot of desert before we get to the higher altitude. So we're still at about 33 pounds in our tires. I don't know, does it feel kind of squishy to you on the pavement? Or?
Mm-hmm. It feels a little different.
It feels different, okay.
The sound is just kind of...
Yeah.
Of the tires is different.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But yeah, we just got a short distance to go here. So there's no use airing up. That's a lot of work. So this is more preferred scenery down here, right next to this little gorge of the San Miguel River. We've also got these big cliffs. Now these big beautiful red cliffs go all the way to Gateway, actually and beyond, towards Grand Junction, actually Whitewater. But the river is kind of high and muddy right now, so it's a good thing we don't have any river crossings. So yeah, up on the ridge to the right, there's some old mines, and that's where the Rim Rocker official trail is. But for some reason, I don't feel guilty about coming down here, because I pretty prefer the views down here. Love it along here. River on the left, cliffs on the right. Beautiful. Almost a shelf road here. So we see the road ahead going up. We're going to cross the bridge here pretty soon, and we're back on the Rim Rocker Trail and heading towards LaSalle's. Dolores River far below, and it is flowing that way towards the Colorado River. We're still in the state of Colorado. Over there's dispersed camping in the distance, and here there are cliffs. Okay, look at the hanging flume down there. See, there's a river below it, and that was those guys, for whatever reason, put that flume along there to carry water, but they had to build it along that cliff, which I guess they just hung from ropes and pounded something into the rock. But what a pain. Glad it wasn't me. Except in the winter, there's always a bunch of dispersed camping here. I think these are mostly moto guys, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, and so forth. So the Rim Rocker is up there on the cliffs above us, and it goes a little farther, then it drops down to the road, and then you drive the road back to here, and then head up this trail right here. So we cut it a little bit short, picked up a much better scenery. And across the river, yeah, it's pretty mucky. Rim Rocker Trail. Oh my God, look at the size of that spider. Yeah, look at this, how nice that is in the canyon. It's gorgeous out there. Okay, Rim Rocker goes to the right because we got to climb out of the canyon and hopefully get up some scenic areas. 10%, maybe even more. No, that's probably more than that. It's more like 15 to 20. Well, yep, it's steep. Well, we gained a lot of altitude in a hurry there. So this part below the bluffs is going to be fairly flattish. Lots of rocks above us, so there's always a chance that we'll be cut short or won't be able to continue. Some big boulder in the road. As the valley here is beautiful. Okay, the old familiar ledges. It's a bit of a crawl up here. Nice, we're going along this narrow road up here above this cliff. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay, we're looking over the Uncompahgre Plateau in the distance, that long ridge, and you can see the little bit of the Dolores River Canyon. So it's bouncy up here, but you know, there's some decent views at times. I find it much more interesting than on the other side of the river. I think I've said that before. So one thing we haven't seen, when we're in dirt, we're not seeing anybody else. And like we're in Nucla, we didn't see any rigs for overlanding. When we're up on Divide, we didn't see any overlanding rigs. At the bottom of this road by the bridge across the Dolores River, there was just regular RVs, like fifth wheels, things like that. So I don't know where everybody is, but they aren't up here. Hey, some modest ledges.
Should we do the mud rat?
You can if you want. and stay left as much as you can. Look at that, the van just climbs right up over those things. Nice. So we're up here on a prairie, sort of, and it's not very rocky. So we're picking up some speed when we can, because the LaSalle's are still quite a ways away. Yeah, there's the LaSalle's way over there. So we got a ways to go, right? Quite a ways to go. I expected this to be the longest day, and yeah, sure is. So we've got some big cliffs. Nothing wildly spectacular. So we did pass a couple of side-by-sides and dirt bikers back there. I think they were just as surprised to see us as we were them. And that's a rim rocker sign there, the backwards R and the regular R. Okay, a brief view of Paradox Valley, and in the distance you see some switchbacks, and that road goes between Natrita and Moab. Okay, a little gnarly here as we climb up into the pines. I would say intermediate technical for vans. So there's some really nice like dispersed camping around here, it looks like. Are we on the right track still? It looks like
yeah.
it. So yeah, nice to be in the pines, huh? This is good. Sure. Well, after a very dry few days, we are actually encountering a lake here. It was a Buckeye Lake, I think. So there's no dispersed camping. And it looks like there's a couple of campgrounds. So let's just pull in and have lunch. Ah, there's some lupins out there. Buckeye group site, Ponderosa campsites, and dispersed campsites. Okay, and there's camping on the other side of the lake also. Let's just follow the road. Follow the directions and see where you end up. Hopefully camping down somewhat near the water, because it sure is nice seeing green and water. Okay, Kat, after a very bouncy drive today, what is it? It's 1:14, we're hungry. So what is this lunch here? It looks kind of familiar, but different.
It's a potato salad with grilled shrimp sprinkled on top of it, some tomatoes. I put some green onion with dill on mine, and a little bit for Jim for prettiness.
Okay, so yesterday we had it in a bun, right? And we had to use forks to eat it.
Oh, we had to heat it up with cheese. It was completely different.
So this is, yeah, this is quite different. Similar food, but same food, but yeah, quite different. Yeah, how nice. And we have a view of water. Finally, water. This.
Some our tomahawk steak just been seasoned with salt and pepper.
Talk to us, Kat.
I decided that I want to saute the onions in the copper pot. Copper is excellent for consistent heat, so let's see what will happen. And the tomahawk steak, I'm keeping it off the fire, so I'm going to cook it slowly, and then when the temperature reaches probably medium rare, then I will put it into the higher fire So we'll finish it.
So you're grilling tomatoes. Wow, you got a salsa over there.
It's like a sauce. It's not really salsa. It's like a chimichurri with variations of mine. Garlic, a lot of herbs, wine vinegar. And I want to warm it up. I don't want to cook it. I want to just warm it up.
Katya's first tomahawk steak.
Okay, this is our presentation platter with everything cooked. Meat needs to rest about 10 minutes before I'll be slicing it and plating. And we're gonna eat in the van because the wind is pretty strong. Okay. I'm gonna cut the rib off first.
That's a huge piece of meat for us. Good morning. Look at this view this morning. Really, really nice. Gorgeous out there. And not so gorgeous right here. Anyway, it was a great night and very calm here. Sun's coming up. Katya's getting breakfast ready already. It's going to be muffins heated in a 12-volt oven. And today's Moab. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get there. I think we're about 42 miles from US 191. So, you know, that could be, we could go 20 miles an hour on average. We'll be there pretty quick. But I don't know how much, you know, some rock crawling or something between here and there. But yesterday evening we saw two different groups of overlanders going through the campground here, and they're looking for spots. They were doing also the Rim Rocker Trail. So yeah, this is nice. Okay, here's the Colorado-Utah border, and Geyser Creek is around here somewhere. So this is supposed to be private lands right here. Okay, we're in San Juan County. And
deer.
What is it?
Deer is jumping in front.
Oh, I didn't even see it. I'm looking at the map here.
Camera would catch it.
Oh, cute. Little fawn. They're so adorable. There's another one. There's two fawns. Look at this guy's little ears sticking up. Hi there, little guy. Okay, he's gonna jump over here. He's going the other way. Cute.
Mother somewhere here.
Turkey with little turks. Oh, maybe that is it. Maybe chicks?
Yes.
Cute. It's been our morning for wildlife. The rest of this trip's been pretty boring, but
There are more coming up from the...
oh, they're all over out here. Yeah. Oh, look, they're running on the left here. They're running over the place. That is a bunch. No wonder there's so many turkeys all over.
Oh, there is still a couple more coming, trying to go up.
Yeah, I gotta go really slow.
One more?
I think that's the last that I see.
No.
Hi guys. You're pretty. Yep, mountains. So it dropped out of the pines here a bit. Seem to be losing elevation. Well, it was nice, you know, cruising along that nice graded road. A little boring, but comfortable. And now we're heading off in a little different direction. And I'm not sure we're going to worry about avalanches in July. So, let's go see where this takes us. Okay, La Salle Pass. Nice. Doe and Pole Canyon Trailhead. Really? And we're supposed to make a left here.
Here's the sign.
And the Rim Rocker sign. And this looks... okay. car. Pretty well washed out. Okay, there's nothing really technical here. It's just slow. Very slow, like 3 miles an hour. Yeah, I was kind of wondering what this road is doing here in the first place. I don't think there's any mining here. Certainly isn't any lumbering. So we have a spring here on the left. Nice little spring here. Pretty spot. I'm just hoping that nobody comes along, because there's like no place to pull over and get out of the way. Okay, here's some good rocks, and we got 7.5 minimum clearance, and there's very few, but some are approaching that. So I take it with drive over the tires, get some pinstripes, but that's nothing new for this rig. Let's go over here, get this tire placement right. Okay, we're going over these nicely. And we're not in mud ruts mode, I'm just doing it in regular trickle drive mode. Okay, let's put the differential right through this rutted out gap here. And these stumps are the stock struts up front bottoming out, which you get with the van compass lift, because they haven't solved that problem yet. Okay, it's looking good. Oops. Okay, just collapse the left mirror back. That little oak brush was stronger than I thought it was going to be. So pretty gnarly through here, and yes, this is technical. This is certainly, I would say, for vans, I would say this is maybe advanced, because you've got to get over some of these bigger ones like this, and you're serenaded by all the Ford sensors that are telling us we're going to die. Something. So even seat belted in, this is a pretty good workout for our bodies, and we'll probably close our rings on our Apple Watch, which is somewhat common doing these roads. Okay, here's the wash crossing. The wash crossings haven't been bad, but there is a rock in the road here, and Katya says she wants to jump out and move it.
Done.
I don't think I can. Oops, I'll put it in mud ruts. Come on. Get over there, mud rutsy. Look at that. Mud ruts gets us right over these guys. And I don't know if you can see the rock. It's right under our front bumper here. But if you could just roll it,
yeah,
a little bit. And meanwhile, I'm going to check out the map, and it looks like we've got a lot more of this road. Okay, this is really tricky here. Really tricky. I don't really see a line. I'm going to run that differential just to the right of that left rock. And I'm going to put the wheels up on top of that left rock. Come on, baby, get over it. Get going. Now I'm going to put the wheels over that other rock, like this. So we're climbing, and you know, this is where it gets eroded. Okay. Could move that one, but I think I'm just going to do this little tricky bit here. And I'm going to put my wheels, left wheels, over this other rock. Connect that. So yeah, wheel placement's really important on rim rocker here. Again, put the wheels over these bigger rocks. No, it's not as bad here as I thought it was going to be for this steep a climb. It's not really steep, it's like, I don't know, 10%, but it's, you know, a little challenging. So I would say this road is probably advanced for a van, and for a tricked out Jeep it'd be intermediate. And we're getting up to the top of this little ridge, it looks like. So there's a lot of trail area closed signs that the Forest Service has put up around here for whatever reason. And so far we haven't met anybody on this road, but there are very few options for pulling out of their way. It's really spooky that way. So we're looking at the Abajo Mountains over there, the little village of La Salle down there, and Montecito is way over there by the Abajos. But a lot of smoke out there. You know, it's not particularly attractive. And we have some radio traffic finally. It's been really sparse on this trip. Yeah, we've been holding around 8,500 feet every time I check it. So, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, do we see anybody coming? Because if we do, we need to start looking for some place to hide. Okay, at least pull out of their way. Okay, let's see how we're going to do this. None of these are all that high. I think I'm just going to do something like this. Okay. Over that. And like that. Easy cheesy. Okay, here we go. Another gnarly washed out place. Definitely advanced for vans. Got it in mud ruts mode. Really helps. Okay, this guy, I'm gonna go to the right and put the wheels over him. Oh, look at that awful piece of oak there. Surely missed my options. We do have a chainsaw with us. And we do have a reciprocating saw, both battery powered. So if we have to cut some brush, we can do it. One thing I'm finding on rim rocker is that you've got long stretches where the scenery doesn't really change. Compared to, like, say, out in the desert or in the Sierras or places like that. There's some big views, but it's smoky out there. It's really hazy. Okay, down there is the road ahead. I don't see anybody. I'm monitoring the GRMS radio because I feel if there's any group coming up, they'll probably be chatting with each other on the radio. So Katja's watching for any vehicles coming up. And yeah, so it's a bit steep here, so it's badly washed out. But at least it's more open. We can see something. I'd like to fly the drone, but the problem is I don't know where, when there'll be a wide spot where I can pull over and retrieve it. And besides that, it's not particularly clear out there and all that drone worthy. So far we haven't met anybody on this stretch of the rim rocker, and that's just fine. There was some radio traffic, but this is GRMS, so it could pick it up from 20 miles away. Still slow going, but at least the scenery's improved. I like this big open expanses far more than being closed into the brush. And once in a while I get to pick up a little speed, even get up to 5 miles an hour. Sometimes occasionally close to 10. So we can see a lot of road ahead of us and we don't see anybody on it. What that guy's doing. So we got some dirt as opposed to rock everywhere. We dropped down quite a bit. So yeah, there's still rock, but at least right down in here it's not bad. Yeah, let's put it in mud ruts. And yeah, I think I see a line there. Looks like our angle of ascent good enough for this. Yeah, not bad. A little tricky, but not bad.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right, dirt.
Hurrah.
You know, we are getting a little tired of bouncing around. It's not easy on the body. So now we're on a long, slow, somewhat gentle descent. Well, as far as the rate of descent is gentle. We've just got piles of rocks to go over. But, you know, what's new, huh? Lots and lots of rocks. Our bodies are going to be worn out. So we got about 3 miles left to go till I think we get to better road. Okay, now we're down in the Gaia map shows the staging area. I don't see anybody staged, but oh, look at this road. Whoa, this could be an interstate compared to what we just went through. This is sweet. We aren't having our guts knocked out. Well, the tread is good here. We are back to some desert driving, and it looks like we dropped down into this canyon and then go someplace. Maybe up another one or something. So get it down to M1. Yeah, the road's far below us here, but it's not clear where it goes. But whatever, this is the kind of driving, you know, it's like we know this really well. Shelf roads and all that. So it's kind of fun dropping down to that canyon. This is County Road 174. Moab end of the trail. So a little bouncy, but good stuff. I enjoyed, coming up through the bluffs like this. It's pretty, and it can be interesting driving. And then we get up on a kind of a prairie situation up here where it's pretty flat, relatively flat. Yeah, this is nice driving. And it's not like all that rock was, technically hard for me anyway. What was hard is just the end was bouncing around. It's like, you need a kidney belt. Which we've got all kinds of stuff in this van, but we don't have kidney belts. End of the line for us. Now there are some who go off to the right down here and they continue on a little bit more on dirt, but we're hungry and we're gonna go to Moab Brewery and have a good time, have some burgers. I'm gonna take a break and walk around a little bit, and we'll air up in Moab after lunch, but we're desperate for burgers. Okay, we're dropping into Spanish Valley. Moab is out there in the distance. So what do I think of this rim rocker? One is, it's a little tedious in places, and then it gets a little intense in other places. Most of that, well, we're up high on the side of LaSalle's there in that brush where there's just like no place to turn around if you get, if things are bad ahead of you. There's no place to pull over for miles. So we have the chainsaw, we have the reciprocating saw. We'd have to just cut a bunch of that oak brush and make a place to pull over. And if you saw rocks and wash out ahead of you, you just have to get into road building yourself. There's plenty of rocks for building roads. Stack them up and help everybody out, make a road. So it's pretty wild. I wouldn't recommend this for most people with vans. You've got to be experienced, really know what you're doing. The part from above your van, on that ledge above the San Miguel and Dolores River, I thought that got a little tedious at times. It's just kind of bouncing around when there's much better scenery down below on State Route 141. Well, it's such a beautiful drive. And so we don't like being purists about this stuff. If we don't decide to go to an RV park some night and get showers and do laundry or something, that's fine. You'll prefer not to do that very often, like once a year. And we had nice breakfast in Nucla, so that was nice. We didn't have to camp out every night. And the campground by Buckeye Lake, Buckeye Reservoir, that was a treat because it's beautiful and it's so nice being there and seeing water when you're used to no water. So overall, 4-day trip. I think it was pretty good, especially now that we're done with that rocky part up in LaSalle's with all that brush. That's challenging. And it's so nice being down here and entering Moab, and everything's familiar to us. It's like home. Actually, we didn't have to be next to a major airport for Katja's work. We'd probably be here in Moab. Love the place. Our stomachs are growling, so time to get a little food and wrap up this trip.